Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. It's another video and happy New Year's Eve to each and every one of you. Today we're going to be looking at a story that actually annoys the hell out of me, considering that I am a runner, I am a marathoner, and well, it just seems like marathons now have gone woke too. Like they've got three categories. They've got male, female, and non-binary. So it seems as if men can dominate all categories now, even though I don't believe non-binary should even be a category, because what even the hell is it? But nevertheless, you got these men that choose to identify as being women. They're able to compete as a woman in a marathon now. Like the majors are the pinnacle of marathon events, right? You have now 7 majors because Sydney became a major. I'll be running that next year. Can't wait, actually. But for this particular trans identified man, he was able to qualify to compete as female in a 2025 Boston Marathon, sparking outrage from female runners. Like, why? For unless you are all about cheating. That's what it is. It's pure cheating, plain and simple. A trans-identified male who previously sued a spa for not allowing him to bathe with women has announced that he has been accepted to compete as a woman in a 2025 Boston Marathon. This is from Redux, by the way. Again, great reporting. Ria Young Susing, born Robert Ching Huang Young, has placed on the winner's podium at multiple women's running competitions. Jeez. Susing, 57, celebrated his qualification in the race via Facebook with his confirmation email from the 129th Boston Marathon. Yay, 15th Boston Marathon next April, and I barely made it in this time. He wrote, he has qualified for the female category. The race is set to take place in April 2025. I mean, what a waste. Dude's a man, couldn't qualify in the male category again. So what does he do? He goes and qualifies for the female category, taking a position away from a rightful female. Unflippin' believable. The Boston Marathon has age and gender qualification categories. Genders include male, female, and non-binary. Notably, the non-binary category has identical qualifying times as the corresponding female categories. Gee, I wonder why that is. In Susing's case, he had to demonstrate a time of 4 hours and 5 minutes or less. Susing qualified with a time of 4 hours and 1 minute, which, by the way, is slow for me, at least. Just saying. I know a lot of people, that's their usual time, and I probably offended some people if you run marathons, but that's pretty slow for me. And 27 seconds. Got to add that bit, right? Had he been forced to compete with other males, he would not have qualified for the marathon, like I said before, as participants in the men's category are required to meet a 3-hour, 35-minute performance cutoff. So, yeah, for my age, I have to run like 2 hours and 40-something minutes to qualify. I would have qualified because I ran 2 hours and 40 minutes in Sydney. If I had have, applied. I didn't. But if I had have, I probably would have gotten in. Who knows? I got into Sydney fairly quickly. I think because they recognized my performance. I don't know why, but I thought it was a positive thing to get into Sydney Marathon next year because it is a major officially. Anyway, Susing has been competing in women's running since at least 2010 and has also participated in female dance classes at the San Jose Dance Theater, in addition to being a flight attendant with United Airlines, of course. He works as part-time massage therapist and Zumba instructor. Man, like what can't Ria Susing do that? I hate to even ask that question. Susing competed in the 2024 San Francisco Marathon dressed in a sexy bumblebee costume, complete with black nylons and a miniskirt. He wore the same outfit in the previous races, including a 2017 New York City Marathon and in the 2018 Los Angeles Rock and Roll Half Marathon. He also competed in the female category at the This year, California International Marathon on December 8th. In a since deleted Facebook post from 2015, the Palo Alto Run Club announced that Su Sing was seen taking second place in the women's category of the Brazen Racing Half Marathon, seizing a $500 prize. Mate. Su Sing has also won at least 2 other women's running prizes, including taking second place at the 2015 Jed Smith 50K and third place. Okay, so the guy runs a lot in women's categories, right? In November of this year, Beth Bourne, an advocate for women's rights and safety, recognized Su Sing as one of her attendants on a United Airlines flight from San Francisco to Mexico. Bourne had previously competed against Su Sing at multiple races in Northern California, including the 2014 Golden Gate Park cross-country women's race. I first saw this man in our local racing scene here in San Francisco, Sacramento area in 2013. It made me so uncomfortable seeing him dressed as a woman, but I didn't know what was happening, so I said nothing. Awful that the race directors let him compete in the women's category, as it impacted individual and team scoring, said Bourne. I find it so misogynistic and degrading to see men pretending to be women. I was so upset to see a male trans-identified United Airlines flight attendant on my recent flight. As a paying customer, I don't believe my speech should be compelled when talking to other passengers, including my boyfriend, who was seated next to me, about this flight attendant. Ah, dear, oh dear. Bourne says she felt particularly concerned because she was aware of a recent incident involving another United customer whose family had been removed from a flight for allegedly misgendering a flight attendant. If men want to dress up as women in the privacy of their own home, that is fine. Do whatever you want in the privacy of your own home, right? If United Airlines wants to employ men dressing up as women outside of the view of paying customers, that might also be a different circumstance. But in this instance, flying between San Francisco and Mexico City, I was being held hostage to having to participate in this man's fetish. On X, Bourne announced that she requested a refund from United Airlines, describing Su Sing's in-flight behavior as degrading and misogynistic to women, and noting that he had been wearing a name tag with she/her pronouns listed. Bourne says, she has not received any communication from the company regarding her complaint. Gee, I wonder why that is. On Su Sing's participation in the Boston Marathon, Bourne says she is so upset that he has been allowed to compete in the women's category. Yeah, I would be too. I'm actually furious for women right now. The qualifying time for men in the 55 to 60 age category group is 3 hours, 30 minutes, which, by the way, for that age category, you've got to be fast. And 4 hours for women. Likely he would never be able to make the men's time standard, but by declaring himself a woman, he can steal a coveted spot that was meant for a woman, Bourne says. I've competed in several international marathons, including the Boston Marathon in 2010, so I know this is a big deal to qualify for a spot. I'm also super disappointed that the captured Boston Athletic Association has a non-binary division, which, of course, is predominantly men winning all of the top spots across all age groups. Biological males have won in the non-binary category both years, and it has been offered by the marathon and with the accommodation of trans-identified males in the women's category. It provides men 3 opportunities to take top spot. Absolutely unbelievable, man. Like, wow. It makes me like not only mad, outraged, but concerned for women. Like, a woman could have rightfully so qualified, but her spot was given to a man. That's just cheating. It's a rort, if you ask me. Absolutely disgusting behavior. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, my friends, I hope that you guys have a great New Year's despite this story. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the new year.